Yes, very good morning as we continue to update you with the coronavirus update on a daily basis. This is Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. We're right just at the door entrance to the Nigerian High Commission here in London, and I'll also be moving from here to other individual areas so that we can keep you up to date of some of the development of what is happening. But what I can tell you right now, the situation as well and what we know in Nigeria, I'll be telling you that 8 more new cases as well in the country at the moment, and also some of the countries that have been able to bring the virus into the country is United Kingdom and also United States of America. The statement coming out of Nigeria this morning indicate that 13 countries that have cases up to about 8,000 would not be allowed into the country from the 21st of March 2020. We've been here, we've just reported on the radio, and I will now be taking you through the area. Trafalgar Square is on a very, very lockdown. A lot of people are taking the advice of the government by staying indoor to avoid the close contact between each other. Also, I've seen most of the public transport on a very, very minimal. I've traveled on the London Underground this morning, but like I said, the notice which I've just been able to to show you in just about a minute indicate also that the embassy, and this is saying that the public notice, this is to notify that the effect from today, Wednesday, 18th March of 2020, Nigerian High Commission in London will suspend the processing of passport till further notice. I've seen a lot of people, right on the doorstep on the other side. Maybe they are not sure, or maybe they were not aware that there is, a closure of the embassy. And this is proactive measure to protect and limit exposure of both applicants and staff of the mission to COVID-19 outbreak, which is in line with the health advisory issued by the United Kingdom government. However, those who urgently need to travel and require emergency travel certificate should contact the following numbers or email +447495061238, and the line 2 is +447535322077. You can also email immigration@nigerianhc.org.uk. Head of transferring line is +447495061754, and also the email is transfer@nigerianhc.org.uk. The mission regret any inconveniences. Rosa Yakowa Oko, Councillor, Head of Chancery for High Commissioner. This is not fit for purpose notice. How much does each service attract passport collect? How much? And that's, I think, somebody just put in their own notice there. So, but like I said, it is quite a number of people right out there still trying to find out whether they can get their passport or not. But even Nigeria is now on a lockdown to those of you that might want to travel. So it is quite important, as we continue to report and give you so many information of what is happening, that you check before you make any plan traveling. Even the government here is also advising not to travel if it's not really essential. It is very, very key. It is important. And like I said, I'll be taking you around what it looks like to be in London at this particular time, when this coronavirus is affecting millions and millions of jobs. Millions of people have been affected. Events, sporting events, activities, UEFA cancelled yesterday, and it's affecting everybody. And it is up to you to make sure that you keep up and know what is happening around you. If you're living in Italy, there's a lot of cases as well in Italy at the moment, and also in other parts of the world. I spoke to somebody in Dubai. Dubai is on a lockdown. Most of the mosques are not allowed to open, so you have to do your prayer at home. I did say this about 2 weeks ago, I think last week, that it is time for most of our mosques. And from what I'm told as well, even some of the mosques here in London and United Kingdom, I'm not too sure every part of London, but from what I heard, some mosques might be telling people to stay indoor. I mean, this is not the time, that you joke around and say because you have to be in the church or you have to be in the mosque. It is important to be safe than to be sorry, because when the situation gets worse, you might not be able to be treated, in the hospital that you think will treat you. Because at the moment, the government yesterday also announced 320 billion pounds, economic support to every businesses and homes as well. Also, those of you that have mortgage, there's going to be a 3-month window of holiday, so that you might not be able to pay for 3 months, but after 3 months you'll be able to pay. But what I can tell you now, the embassy, if you're not too sure, the embassy is currently closed to any members of the public until further notice. That means you will not be able to apply or get any kind of apart from if you have any kind of emergency, that is the only time you'll be able to do that. So we'll follow the story. Like we say, we'll be back again on the radio later on this evening on Naija Voices, where we keep you up to date of so many activities, fast moving activities. But right now, I'll be making my way towards Trafalgar Square, then heading back into number 10 Downing Street, so that we can show you so many of what is happening. Once again, this is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. It is a fast moving situation, but one thing I could tell you is all the fact and information we'll be telling you on the radio as well. Nigeria is currently on a lockdown as well from the 21st of March 2020 in regarding the coronavirus as well. So make sure you check before you make your plan. Make sure you check before you buy that ticket. Make sure you check before you head out of where you are at the moment, because you might end up traveling out of where you are and you might find it very difficult to come back because the border has been shut. I was watching Malaysia and Singapore yesterday. I've been following quite a number of different countries, but like I said, this is what it looks like right here in central London. Trafalgar Square is completely on a lockdown. The numbers of tourists coming into the country has drastically reduced due to the coronavirus as well. And like you see, it will have been a very busy day right here on a Wednesday, but this is what it looks like right in the London, where the city is getting locked down. New York is currently on a lockdown as well, and likewise all the other cities around the globe. France is on a complete lockdown. Most of the European countries are shutting down their borders. So it is very, very important that you also do the right thing by checking before you travel. I'll be giving you more update, like I said, as we move around, giving you more information of what is happening. Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. So this is what it looks like this Wednesday morning right here in central London. Also this evening, we'll be looking at so many of this situation that is happening. But like I said, this is what it is right here in Trafalgar Square. I'm going to cross the road in just about a few minutes, and then we'll continue with the update. I'm going to take you down as well. There's still a number of movement, but for how long it will happen, I'm not too sure. You can say someone is doing his own, Jesus Christ will return soon. Well, as you can see, I'm sure a lot of people need more prayers in this situation that we are at the moment. That is the road that links you back to the Nigerian High Commission that we've just left. Also, a lot of people are worried. A lot of people are also getting panicked with the situation at the moment. But like I said, we're just going to be reporting what we have. A little bit of news as well. I'll be telling you some of the other news that we have. But right now, from what we are getting, Nigeria seems also numbers of coronavirus to be increasing, and that is because a lot of people that are traveling from United Kingdom and also from US are most bringing this virus into Nigeria as well, and that is the reason why the government have to shut down. I'm just trying to get my tripod up and running so I could station my phone properly. Bear with me. It is a very busy time, and I will be doing what we can do to keep you up to date, especially those of you at home worried. A lot of people are panicking. What is going to happen? We've been seeing so many people buying and stocking up. But for now, like I said, I'm just trying to position the phone properly on the tripod, and then we can continue. Yes, that's it now. So this is what it is. We will continue to keep you posted. I'll be making my way now, walking towards where number 10 Downing Street is. Yeah, that's it there. Bear with me. Very, very fast moving development here in United Kingdom and around the world. But be rest assured that one man that will be on the road giving you that daily update is Koiki Media. So let's get on. Let's keep going. I'm not sure whether a lot of people wants to talk to us. We've tried to attempt to have conversation with people. but everybody is keeping mute. Nobody wants to say anything. But like you can see, it's getting quiet on a daily basis right here in London. Everybody is avoiding each other. I was on the train today, and it seems nobody wants to sit next to me. Everybody's avoiding each other. Most stores are also running out of sanitizer, Luro, and all sorts as well. But right now, thank you very much for watching all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. But this is what it is right today in central London, where things are getting quiet day by day as we continue to report the coronavirus as well. So it is a very busy time. Restaurants are going to be affected as well. As you know, a lot of people will also not be going into the restaurant. We've been told to avoid the pub. Most of you that wants to go to the club, do all check before you make your way out. Please, 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 this is not a joke. The coronavirus is real. A lot of people have been killed from around the world. It's still a very, very difficult time. But one thing I could tell you is we would definitely, as you can see there, that is even most of the theaters, the cinema. This evening, I'm gonna have Rob Arthur, from the Big Picture House, that'll be taking us through, what is gonna be the impact of those of you that love going into your cinema, your movies, and all that. So as you can see right there, Royal Albert Hall is also closed down. A lot of people is going to be affected, and so many jobs as well is at stake, and that is why the government had to release 320. You want to say something? Okay, you want to say something? Okay. There's a looking at the coronavirus. We're discussing the coronavirus.
What you want?
That platform. Yeah. So, but this is my live stream on Facebook, keeping my followers up to date. What is happening? So
what's happening, troops?
Are you worried?
What?
Are you worried?
Am I worried about what?
Coronavirus. You're not worried at all. It's pure bullshit. Why do you think so? That's just your own opinion, is it? But it is real.
It's real, but see the Scottish community, we don't give a fuck about nothing.
But there's also cases in Scotland at the moment.
I haven't done that.
Do you think the government is doing the right measure?
I don't care, honestly. No way lie, mate. No way, I don't really care about the government.
You don't care?
See, to be honest, guys.
Okay,
Fuck the government.
Give an advice to those that are watching us right now from around the world, from your own view, the situation that is happening at the moment.
Go to your local drug house, right, and get a big fat joint, smoke it, and you'll be alright.
That's it. You had him there. Smoke and enjoy yourself. Yeah. How are you? Hope you're taking care of yourself with the coronavirus. Everybody's trying their best. Like I said, restaurants are being closed down, as you can see there. You go through. As you can see, very empty. A lot of people. Thank you very much for watching all the way from Nigeria by Batunde Joseph. You can also tell us where you're watching from. You can see this restaurant is completely closed. On a Wednesday, you wonder, that means staff working here will be told to stay at home. And as you can see there, this will have been a very busy, packed area right here in central London. But that restaurant is closed. McDonald's seems to be operating, but not a lot of people inside. As you can see there, McDonald's is also quite very empty. This means people are taking all precaution to stay away and listen to the advice of the government at the fast-moving development as well. As you can see, that is also the department there of also most shops as well, pubs. The government have advised us to stay away from the pubs, and it seems the number in the pub is also reducing on a day-by-day cases. I could tell you, this is Great Scotland Yard, and right there, a lot of Nigerians, are still thinking whether they'll be able to get their visa or not. Most people that you're watching right there are Nigerians trying to get into the embassy, but the embassy is currently shut at the moment till further notice. You are not going to get any kind of, apart from emergency traveling, also the government is shutting down. Thank you very much, Isaac, watching all the way from United Kingdom. Please tell us where you're watching from. Leave a comment. What is the advice that you're going to be doing as well as individual? What measures are you putting in place? Those individuals that you're watching right there, where I've been able to zoom through, are all individuals that have not followed the instruction and information circulating. And that is why we are updating on a daily basis. You must, before you go to anywhere, do diligent check, to make sure that, and these are individuals that are working tirelessly as well there. That's the boss there as well. Thank you very much. We keep you posted. We keep you moving. Like I said, a very fast moving development. I've never seen London getting quiet like this for 2 decades that I've been living here. But this is the situation. The Department for International Trade, a lot of you that are not aware, most of the the businesses and support that this Department for International Trade gives, as you can see, quiet. I'm not sure whether staff are still inside. And this is we are now on Whitehall, and like I said, a view back again, a very quiet time in the history of mankind. This is a very, very quiet time. A lot of people are worried. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are not sure. Watching all the way from Nigeria. Thank you very much. Tell us your location, where you're watching from. What are you doing? Nigeria now have 5 more cases, all arriving from either United Kingdom or arriving from US. Are you prepared? Is Nigeria prepared? Should this coronavirus get into the country? Watching all the way from Chatham, Kent. I was in Kent yesterday. I have took my kids out of school yesterday. Stay safe. Jamil, thank you very much. I could see your DP there. You've covered your nose. A lot of people, hello. A lot of people are still not covering their nose. I'm not sure whether, not too sure the reason behind that. But like I said, London is going quiet. And like New York is on the lockdown at the moment, but you can trust me. Watching all the way from Spain, please stay safe. Those of you in Spain, the situation is very worse there in Spain. Tell us where you're watching from. I'm told Nigerians and Africans and mankind, everywhere you are, please take advice of your country, what they are telling you. Ayogundimu citizen AY, thank you very much. I was just at the Nigerian High Commission. It's shut down at the moment to members of the public due to the coronavirus as well. I'm heading towards the Parliament, and like I said, fast-moving development. A lot of things are changing every minute, every second, but we are doing everything. As you can see, the road is getting quiet every day. It's getting quiet as well. Also, please, there's no point saying you don't know what is happening. By this time, you must know what is happening, and you must be taking every precaution and every measures as well. It is our responsibility as individuals to follow all the news that is coming out so that we don't get to the embassy and realize that the embassy is closed. The embassy is closed. If you're from Zimbabwe, do check as well with your embassy, Kenya and other embassies right here in United Kingdom. Yes, like I said, I've just left the embassy. A lot of Nigerians are still there. Not sure why they're there, because they probably have not been following, that circulation that went out. I saw it, I think about 2 days ago, that the embassy will be shutting down today to members of the public, and they've done that already as well. London, quiet, very, very quiet, and it seems everybody is now staying indoor and following what is happening. Everybody's getting themselves isolated as well. The government is taking every measures according to what they're telling us to protect lives and property. But one thing is, the economy is going to be affected, businesses, and that is the Cabinet Office. Let me just cross the road there. And that is where all the decisions are being made as well. Once again, this is Koiki Media, bringing the word, and this is where all the decisions, the office where everything does happen behind closed door. That is the Cabinet Office right there, as you can see. I'm not showing you, don't worry. You're not being shown, but that is the Cabinet Office right there. This is where the decisions are being made as well. And I'll be giving you a little bit, from number 10 Downing Street as well, the view from outside. Once again, things are changing on a daily basis. Things are changing every minute, every second. And we'll be giving you all those daily reports right here as we have it as well. Once again, I've never in the history of, for the time that I've lived here, seen London shut down. Tourists, everybody staying indoor. Nobody's coming out, nobody's traveling. Everybody's now taking precaution, every precaution, and that is it there, as you can see. That is where most decisions have been made as well. Whitehall, the very, very iconic building, Downing Street. We still have a lot of reporters there. I guess the Prime Minister will be coming out as well anytime soon. Very busy gentleman there. But like I said, I've been there a few times as well, but I won't be going in there, but I'll be expecting the Prime Minister on the other side as I'm heading towards that side. But this is where decisions are being made for myself and those of us living in the United Kingdom. And we expect every government around the world to be doing the same thing. We've seen Donald Trump, we've seen a lot of presidents that are coming out, but we've not seen our president addressing Nigerians, as we all know. But Ghana president have addressed, Kenya, South Africa. Is the president going to address Nigerians? Do you think the president should address Nigeria? What is your view on that? Leave a comment and tell us about that. But like I said, a fast-moving development, and that is the defense headquarters as well, where they might be putting in all kind of strategic at the moment, because we don't know what is going to be the next phase of this coronavirus. Should the country get locked down? We've seen in France where military are now being patrolling the road. Let's again, this is Koiki Media bringing this world closer to your doorstep. Just keep looking and understand that people are worried, people are scared, and people are staying away from the high street, the main road, and the reason is the government is saying keep that distance away from each other. If you have to, keep away from each other until they find a lasting solution to this problem. At the moment, there's no vaccine. Is the president going to address Nigerians? What is your take on that? A lot of Nigerians on Twitter are saying we want the president to address us. Do you think the president is going to address us? We all got to stand strong together. I do agree on that. Do we have a president? Abba Kaira is running the country. Well, everybody has a different opinion and view. But one thing is, Nigerians want to hear from the president in regard to this coronavirus. We saw Boris Johnson, sweating, coming out every day, trying to address Nigerians. Do you think the president should address us? Please leave a comment. Let us hear your view as well. But like I said, a lot of people are getting out of the street. A lot of people are staying indoor. Can you see how quiet this is? Very quiet. And this is Whitehall in Parliament, where we've been reporting from this morning, 18th of March 2020. Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorstep. These are the back view that a lot of people might not be able to see, and that is why we have embarked on this journey to give you. And let me show you that. Can you see that? All these places have been locked down. Cabinet war rooms. I'm sure a lot of conversation, a lot of discussion is going inside the cabinet war rooms. Once again, things are getting quiet. Pubs are shutting down. Restaurants are being locked up. Should the president address Nigerians? That is the question. The famous red box. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. Look at the bus, quite empty. This is a bus 149 heading to Mabulaj. Look in there. You can count how many people on that bus, because people are staying indoor. People are following the the news and what we are being told to do, and that is what is happening as well. Thank you. Once again, a very busy time. Okay, I've got somebody else there as well with our phone, taking pictures. A lot of iconic building as well, and this is where all the tax, those of you living United Kingdom, this is where it's all happening. HM revenue as well. Also, this is the Department for Digital Culture and Media and Sport as well. Quite a lot of different iconic building as well, but one thing is we're still heading towards, and that is the Westminster Station. This will have been a very busy time, tourists all over the place, but everybody is running away. Everybody is trying to avoid the situation as well. And as you can see there, everyone is staying indoor. Nobody wants to be out at the moment. Everybody's taking precaution. Let us do the same thing for those of you in Nigeria. At the moment, I'm not sure whether they've been able to trace all those passengers on the same aircraft with the woman that picked up the virus on the 13th of March. We must be able to find each and every one that was on that aircraft so that we can save lives. Just take a look at this. I'll be taking you through towards London Eye in just about a minute, but just take a look at the view and you will understand, how serious the situation that we are facing in this 21st century is affecting every one of us within what we love to do on a daily basis. Once again, a lot of media personnel moving around, trying to bring you the story from the behind the scene as well. But one thing I could tell you is we're working extremely, extremely hard. You can see the gentleman there trying to do some capturing, trying to avoid. And that is it. A lot of activities does happen here. We've been in there so many times, but I'm sure you won't be allowed there now due to what is happening, in the country. So let me just, I'll be reading some of your comments as well. Leave a comment. Have you sanitized your hand? Yes, I'll carry that. You got to remember you have to carry that at the moment. That is the most important thing. So I'm going to be reading some of the comments as well as we continue to report with this fast-moving development that is happening around the world. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki, reporting right here at this very difficult time that we have. So leave your comments and let us have some interaction as well. But later on in the evening, I'll be back on Niger Voices on Star Radio UK. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sanusi. Also, just to remind you, if you've just joined us, the embassy is currently closed until further notice from today, only except for emergency purpose. Also, country like Nigeria is now telling most of you in United Kingdom, in America, in Iran, in some 13 countries, you will not be allowed to travel back as well due to the coronavirus as well. Is it true that flights, let's take a listen to that. Is it true that flights are banned going to Nigeria, please? From 21st of March, you won't be able to travel back to Nigeria if your country is part of those countries that the government have listed out. We have 13 of them, and I'll be telling you some of those 13 as well. I'm just trying to pull up my other device as well. A very busy time, very, very busy time, and a lot of people are worried, a lot of people are scared, but let's just calm down. Let me tell you what we have. I'm just going to be looking at Premium Times and regarding the new coronavirus. A lot of you that have Owambe in Nigeria, here in United Kingdom, understand that this is not the time for party. If you have a birthday party, you have a wedding, it's time to call it off now, because cluster gathering is what the UK government is telling us to avoid. Two parties that I'm aware of have been cancelled here in United Kingdom, specifically in London. You should be thinking about that now. Pull up that birthday party, pull up that wedding, and just understand that you might be saving lives as well, because if a lot of people are in one gathering and one person with the virus get into it, look at the consequence of what might happen to everybody in that birthday party, in that wedding. So it is important now to pull a plug on whatever arrangement that you have for any kind of engagement. I know we love our birthday party, we love all our occasions, we love our Owambe, but this is not the time for Owambe, because that government is telling us now that they are not going to be able to cope. NHS is now on the brink. NHS is struggling, and if you pick up the virus, NHS is really, really struggling at the moment, and a lot of activities are being cancelled. I don't see any reason why you should not put a plug on the wedding, the birthday party, or any kind of activities that you have as well. But what I can tell you is, right here in United Kingdom, right here in the central London, things are getting quiet on a daily basis because people are taking the advice of the government here as well. Let's go back to Nigeria. Are you in Nigeria? Can you give us an update as well? Our government should have took action a long time ago. I do agree with that. I think the government left this too late. As about 3 weeks ago, somewhere around January, we keep getting calls of people saying we are arriving into London in Heathrow and we are not being scanned. We are arriving into all those airports and nobody scans us, and you can see what is happening now. Everybody is just coming in and going out, and the virus was spreading like wildfire. I think what they should have done is shut down the whole world. Shut it down for a couple of days, shut it down for a couple of months, and then we can deal with the problem. Iran has released about 87,000 prisoners because of this situation that is happening. You can see that is a big problem, and how this problem is going to go off, I don't know, because at the moment, we don't even know when it's coming off. Once again, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll be reading some of your comments as well. If you're going to the church, I know we love to pray. I understand we love praying as well. But one thing you've got to remember, as much as prayer works, also take all precaution so that you don't pick up the virus. Please forget about sentiment, because as Africans we put sentiment in everything we do. In Jesus' name, in Muhammad's name. The government here in UK is struggling at the moment, and I can tell you that. And those of you in Nigeria, hey, those of you in Nigeria, hey, if coronavirus that we don't know how many people have been affected, we've only been told 5. What about those individuals that were on the same aircraft with these people? Where are they? Are they still in Lagos? Are they in Anambra, in Enugu? Please understand that this world is going into a very difficult time, and you are going to take responsibility of yourself. I know a lot of churches can do live Facebook and talk to their members. Let us start thinking about changing the ways that we're going to be operating for the next couple of weeks and months. There is no point getting the virus and you're not getting anybody to take care of you. So it is high time that the churches and the mosque, I'm told also from the information that I've had, that the Muslim Association of Nigeria, some of the patrol, we might be seeing more of this when things get changed. But at the moment, there's still a bit of movement of vehicles. That is a vehicle that is going, that is bus 453 coming all the way from Dartford. We have a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans living in southeast London. I'm going to be reporting from there later on as well before making my way to the studio. One thing is, churches, mosques advised to avoid public gatherings. They need to test us all, make more kits simple. Well, that's the problem. They are not making some of these kits simple. Ventilation is, is something that we must avoid being in a lot of gatherings. So if you think, your church or your mosque is not telling you that, stay at home. The Lord is not going to be upset with you at this very difficult time. Yes, you can pray. Let us pray. Let us be hopeful that they will find a solution to this problem. But at the moment, we don't have any vaccine to solve the problem. Also, we must understand, thank you very much, Mrs. Sanusi, Africans are mostly brainwashed, religiously sentimental. Ignorance is our greatest disease. And like I said, I know a lot of churches will still operate even though the government is saying shut down. I've seen pubs, I've seen restaurants that are shutting down, and I don't see any reason why we cannot do the same thing. A lot of the churches and mosques now have Facebook page. Do your gathering from there, and then try to avoid, a lot of pressure on the NHS as well. I'm gonna see if I can walk towards that side before moving back. So many times we've been to this building, we've seen a lot of activities there, but right now everybody is taking precaution with the situation that is fast moving around the globe. This is coronavirus update right at central London, and as you can see, everywhere is quiet. Everybody is taking that precaution. I'll be taking you very close to where the entrance of this building, and normally it would have been packed. A lot of activities. Shut all the schools now. Well, we hope the government is going to do that. A lot of people are taking. How many of you living in the United Kingdom have started pulling out your children out of school? We've seen a lot of people pulling out their children out of school due to the coronavirus. Have you done the same thing, or are you waiting for the government to tell you and then you can pull out your children out of the school? What is your take on that? Also, is the president going to address Nigerians? That is another question that we've been following on Twitter as well. A very, very difficult time. How are you? How are you? Hope you're coping with the coronavirus.
Just fine.
Just fine.
Hand sanitizing.
That's it. That's it. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is what somebody just told me there. And like you say, this is a fast-moving development from around the world. I can see mostly a lot of media personnel moving around with their cameras, trying to record and all sorts. But I will be going back towards, the big eye, the London Eye. But as you can see, completely shut down. Everywhere is quiet, nothing is happening, and this is what it looks like at the entrance, where thousands and thousands of people will have want to come into the building right here, but it's not happening anymore because nobody is allowed maybe to get in there as well. Thank you very much. You can tell us where you're watching from. Have you take off your children? Have you have you making that decision to take your children out of school? Thank you very much. Antonia, colleges and universities are shutting down already. Okay, there's a fast moving development. I'll be following that as well from my other device as well. Once again, this is Koiki Media, just bringing you what it looks like for those of you at home, those of you in Nigeria, those of you from around the world, to see why coronavirus is changing the way we live and the way we operate and the way we do things. It's affecting a lot of things. I've seen airline going quietly. I've seen businesses shut down. I was in Kent yesterday, watching all the way from Finland. Thank you very much. Watching from Italy. We pray with those of you in Italy. We continue to pray. Italy is one of the most affected in Europe. We pray with you, all those of you living in Italy, Africans, non-Africans. This is a mankind situation that is happening. Humanity is really at a test time at the moment, and we pray the Creator will find a solution to what is happening that is changing the way we all live. Thank you very much as well. Let's read some of your comments. This is literally right opposite the Parliament, the government, house where decisions are made to you and me every day. For those of you us living here in United Kingdom, and as you can see, very quiet at the moment. Still a bit of movement, but for how long are we going to be allowed to keep moving like this and keep spreading this virus? I don't know. But like I said, let us continue to pray as well. My kids at home, I am teaching them at home. Where is this? I hope I've answered that. Let's see if watching all the way from Finland. Thank you very much as well. Thank you for all your comments. Information is key. You're very right. Information is key and it is important. And as you can see, right there, that's the Big Ben, still under construction as well. I hope, back home they're updating as quickly as possible with the situation. How many people watching all the way from Surrey? I was in Kent yesterday. Thank you very much as well. I'm going to take you around to some of the iconic places as well. The Big Eye. A lot of you know that, that is, and then I will walk towards one of the hospitals as well to see all this emergency appointment that you have has been postponed. So this is a test of time in the history of life, and I hope whatever we say that we are saying now, we will try as much as possible to only give you what we've been told. That is bus number 12. A lot of Africans lives in Southeast London. Please, please, please avoid gathering. Africans, you are the one I'm talking to now. Avoid all those gatherings and forget about the sentiment. This is reality. If you have to be at home and pray, watching all the way from Lagos. What is the situation in Lagos? What is the situation in Anambra, Kaduna? At the moment, 5 more cases in Nigeria. Does that mean Nigeria now is going to another situation where, we've shown you so many places like this before, but what we are showing you now is just to show you what it looks like on a coronavirus as people are now staying indoor or trying to avoid each other. And as you can see, that train station completely empty. Nobody's going in, nobody's coming out. That means the underground is not operating to full capacity anymore. And that is Westminster Station, where I've come out from Charing Cross, and as you can see there, a lot of people are not coming out of that station. Just think about it. Do you know millions of people get carried by the London Underground? But what we are saying now, a lot of people are avoiding that because you can't pick it up right under the underground if you stay too long under the underground as well. So I'm going to be taking you towards St. Thomas Hospital as well, which is not too far away from here. But as I'm leaving this side, for those of you that were just asking me the location where we are, and this is where we are reporting from, less tourists are coming into the country, but right now we are just Parliament Square where we've been reporting from as well. Once again, coronavirus affecting everybody from around the world. We're simply not prepared for coronavirus epidemic in Nigeria. That is what a lot of people are saying as well, that but the government is saying that they are prepared, but we will have to continue to follow that as well. How many units do we have? Hello. Hola. Are you from Spain?
No, de Mexico.
Mexico?
Yes.
Oh, so is there coronavirus in Mexico? No coronavirus in Mexico? Okay. Just, Nigeria. But coronavirus.
Pero I have a problem to return to Mexico.
You have a problem to return to Mexico? Why?
Espérense.
Wait. Okay.
Do you speak Spanish?
Just speak, no problem. I understand. Speak slowly.
Nosotros somos un grupo. ¿Me grabas?
Okay.
Somos un grupo.
So you have problem to go back to Mexico. How many of you?
Somos 27. 27 people.
27 people.
Dancing.
Oh, dancing group.
Dancing group. Go to the
Roadshow. So you went on a roadshow. Sorry, I won't be able to show her face. She doesn't want her face shown, but I will explain to you what she's telling me. 27 people came to London on a roadshow. They are now stuck here in London because they cannot fly back to Mexico. Is border closed? Mexico border closed?
Well, this moment I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
What is your airline saying?
It's Canada, Mexico.
Air Canada.
Two groups.
Two groups.
One group to Canada to Mexico. Other group, Canada to Los Angeles.
So you don't know when you're going to go back?
Not come back. In this moment, I don't know. Don't have
You ask,
notice.
you still have enough money? Because if you're
No,
here,
this is the problem.
did you go to your embassy?
in this day?
You go embassy?
Yes, in this day
In London.
in London, in Mexico. But I don't know. So.
Thank you very much. Let me explain, you can go, I will show you. What is happening is, she just spoke to me. There are 27 of them. They've arrived into the country from Mexico, and now they are stuck in London. This is a serious situation. People think it's a joke. Look at that. There's still a lot of people in that cube. I'll be moving very close there. But what they are saying is 27 of them came to London on a roadshow. They don't even know when they're going back because of the coronavirus. That is how difficult it is. That is the problem that a lot of people are facing. And also, those of you maybe on a visiting visa to London, to United Kingdom, it is time to also do all those diligent checks as well. Let's take a bit of history here. Let me turn the camera around. Bear with me. And that is, the Big Ben under renovation at the moment to protect those working on the tower. The Great Ball and the Quarter Ball have been silent. We will restart them as soon as possible. The tower is up over 96 meters high, 12 meters square. There are 11 floors inside, 399 steps. To top it up, the great clock has been wound by Parliament clockmaker 3 times a week. That is the ongoing as well. Wow, very difficult situation. Very, very difficult one. A lot of people, will find themselves in a situation that they might not be able to, control. But what we can only do is, those of you that are still thinking maybe you want to travel, I'm not sure where you want to travel to, even if you have to travel from London to Manchester, do all those checks so that you don't find yourself in a situation. A lot of media people are working tirelessly, and I'll be moving around from here now and reporting a little bit from here. I'm sure those of you watching that know where we are, and that is St. Thomas Hospital. Those are the hospitals that the government is getting worried now that things might change. And right there, that is a back view of that building, the magnificent building that a lot of you have seen us take pictures. We've done a lot of activities as Africans inside. We need to help each other, unite as one, stand strong, and be kind. Don't buck by. If you buck by, then the next person got virus and they will infect you. It's as simple as that. So if you buy more than what you don't need in terms of sanitizer, and then I go in there, I've got the virus, you can see what is going to happen if I have to go out without having sanitizer in my hand. So that is the view from there. Again, let me zoom in, and that is let's pray for all those working in the healthcare sector at the moment. Thank you very much, my big brother, my big mentor there, David Hamilton. that have just joined us as well. And those of you that are watching, I really appreciate. We are only doing what we can do and what we love to do. But that is St. Thomas Hospital. Let us pray for everyone that is working in the healthcare, from the kitchen porter to the everyone that you might think of. It is a very difficult time for each and every one of them, and I'm sure each day they go to work, they are worried, not knowing whether they will pick up the virus or not. The number, you can also please update us as well. From some of the source, let's know what is happening in your area. Whether you're living in the United Kingdom, whether you're living in another part of the world, what is the situation, the current situation where you are? But what you're looking at there is the St. Thomas Hospital. Are we prepared in Nigeria? Are we really, really prepared for this coronavirus? Your guess is as good as mine, but let's continue to hope the government is fully prepared. And you can hear that there's no sound. Did you hear that? Let me keep quiet. Just hear that. There's no sound. It's getting scary, is it? I can hear the sound of like aircraft, but I can't hear the sound of anything because everywhere is gone quiet. Where's the aircraft? I can hear the sound, but I can't say it. India, 147 new cases today. Wow. Thank you very much, Godwin, sweetie, baby. Thank you for watching. Please tell us your location where you're watching from. Please also follow us on all our social media handles. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. We are just doing what we love to do, and we continue. Think about everybody, that works in some of those offices, But the most important people I want us to think about is those people working in each of the hospitals around the world, not just in the United Kingdom. All the nurses, the doctors, the kitchen porter, the consultant, everyone working tirelessly, to save lives at this very difficult time that we are facing in the history of mankind. Once again, it is a fast-moving development, and we hope they will find a lasting solution to it as well. Very, very busy time, I can tell you. Watching all the way from New Delhi. A lot of Africans are also in New Delhi. Thank you very much watching from Spain. We pray for those of you in Spain. I could see people with masks there as well. I haven't got one, but we've got a sanitizer, and we can only hope for the best. Because the problem is, watching all the way from Edo in Nigeria, Solomon Johnson. What's the situation there? All the way, Rotimi Dosumu, I can see you there. Those are the King's Maker. Watching all the way from Italy, we pray for you in Italy. It is a very difficult time for a lot of people around the world. People are getting worried. People are getting scared. People don't know what is going to happen. People are not sure. Watching all the way from Napoli, Italy. I pray with those of you in Italy. What is the situation of, a lot of people now cannot even send money back to their loved ones. And you can see that, that is why we want a better country where, this is the time that Nigeria should help the diaspora by sending us money, giving us a bit of, support. Because you cannot send money home. Remember in 2018, Nigerians sent about 24 billion US dollars or somewhere around there back to Nigeria. I don't think we'll be able to send that, this year in 2020 with this coronavirus. Watching all the way in France. So I will be looking at, more of the stories that is happening from around the globe. Let me go back again and see what is happening back as well. As you are doing, I'm also following the development. These are fast-moving development as well. God should protect those working. Yeah, that hospital. Let's pray for them. Every hospital around the world, you need to pray for people working there. They are the one watching all the way from Deutschland. Thank you very much. Those in the hospital are the ones facing, the coronavirus. I'm telling you, people working in the hospital are literally the ones, facing the coronavirus. And we can only hope the best. I'm not sure, in terms of the vaccine, The vaccine, we're told, is still about 18 months away. I had, Donald Trump spoke a couple of days and said this situation might, okay. I'm just also, saying that is the president, how many presidents around the world have addressed, their citizens, and which president have not addressed their citizens? Nigerians are also want to know whether the president will address them. We'll have to wait and see on that. Bear with me. I'm also, it is very strong here in Napoli. We are indoor. Please stay safe. Watching all the way from Lagos, Adelaja, all the way from Manila. The world is beautiful, but you can see now that this virus, I just spoke to people from, those women there. They are from Mexico, 27 of them. They're on the road show. They are now literally stuck here in London because they can't get back to Mexico because the border is shut. So it is a very difficult time, and we hope things will change and life will get back to normal. Australia asked the vaccine cause spike in the lab making not out till a year. That's the problem. Most of these things are not going to come out anytime soon. So I'm just going to say what is happening. Let's go into BBC. That is the only way. Thank you very much, David Hamilton. Coronavirus latest plus PMQ goes ahead. I'll be telling you what I know from the BBC website. What is the food in terms of food? A lot of people are still worried. Are we going to get gari, pounded yam, olu, and believe still have a little bit of stock? I'll be checking with them. But also, I had opportunity to visit Ade's supermarket in Thamesmead yesterday, and they've got a notice there. You can only, watching all the way from Alaska, thank you very much. You can only buy one bag of rice, when you go into Ade's, and that is happening in every store. You will not be allowed to buy as many as you want. You have to be considerate. I know the situation is very dear. I saw Australia allowing their elderly people, to do the shopping before. I just called my mom and I asked her what are the other things that she need, because she's in that bracket of the 70 plus as well. And a lot of us have, family and friends in that bracket, and that is why we are saying shut down the churches, shut down the mosque, shut them down now, and don't put sentiment and allow that to create more virus within the community. It is time that the people that are the head of services in all the churches, it doesn't matter what church it is, it doesn't matter whether the church is African, whether it's Catholic, in Dubai, from the information that I'm told by somebody living in Dubai, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, tell us what the situation in your own location as well. Flight from China, Rome, France, still landing yesterday in Gatwick Airport. It's crazy. Can you see that? I mean, they're still allowing China and France to arrive as well, rather than shutting down the border. What I'm told in Dubai at the moment is, the situation is, the mosque are saying, we will call the prayer, but do the prayer in the house. I think that is the next step all the mosques and the churches should be doing as well at the moment. Sainsbury's are now limiting sales of food items amid stockpiling. Sainsbury's is now saying you cannot buy more than what you need. Just buy the little. Glastonbury Festival cancelled due to coronavirus. I've never been there. It's always my dream to visit Glastonbury Festival. It's a festival that I've monitored ever since I've lived here for 20 years. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit this way, and then that gives you the view of that very beautiful view there. A lot of people that have traveled to London have had opportunity to be in there as well. But it's still open at the moment. No, I don't think so. Okay, it's still open. I can see it, but not a lot of people in there as well. How can people be so idiot? Came up with this virus outbreak. Thank you very much. I think Frank Bello, I've watched you a lot on, see you on Frank Bello as well. There's been a lot of conspiracy theory as well. But my job is not to go into the... I know people that are going into the conspiracy theory. But one thing is, I listened to a sermon yesterday, and I was told that was in 2016, where the pastor was telling his congregation about a virus coming out from the sea. I hope you saw the video as well. I mean, it's a video that is out there, but I'm told I can't verify it. But what I'm told is the video came out in 2016. Glastonbury Festival cancelled due to coronavirus as well. Also keep commenting, let us know where you're watching us from. I will be moving towards this side back. We've been coming from that end, and still a lot, the world needs a lot of prayer, I believe so as well. Okay, let me tell you some of what we know as well. Coronavirus and ibuprofen separating fact from fiction. I have been seeing a lot of people stockpiling ibuprofen and paracetamol. But what we are now told, and I'll tell you based on what I'm reading from the BBC as well, stories have been circulating online suggesting it is dangerous to take ibuprofen if you have coronavirus. Alongside genuine medical advice, false messages have been spreading and distorting the fact. Speaking to BBC, and this is like I said, I'm reading it from the BBC, so whatever I am reading is not my say, it's based on the expert that we have been following as well. Let's see what is happening there as well. I'll go back to that story. Made in the lab, leak in China, first as ever polluted 1.6 billion people, then spread to fast. Can you see the the sun coming out? Very beautiful as well. Behind me on the sun rail there. So bear with me. I might be closing my eyes. Boris not Filipino. They are using coffee 4 hours to buy grocery. The Prime Minister. I don't know what is happening behind there. Let me turn the camera around. So they're literally still debating heavily right in that building. But let me tell you more from what we know in regarding the ibuprofen and paracetamol. Speaking to BBC, medical professional says that ibuprofen is not recommended for managing coronavirus symptoms. Those already taking ibuprofen for other conditions should not stop without consulting a doctor. Both paracetamol and ibuprofen can bring temperature down, help with the flu-like symptoms, but ibuprofen and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are not suitable for everyone and can cause side effects, especially for people with asthma. Please, thank you very much, my very beautiful sister, Tola. Thank you very much, those of you that have joined. One thing is, if you have any kind of symptom like asthma, underlying condition, you are the one that the government is really talking to right now. You must do everything possible to stay indoor. You must do everything possible to listen to the the health public information that is being given to us on a daily basis, so that you don't pick up somebody saying this, somebody saying that. If you have any kind of underlying issue, please get to understand that hospital there, that hospital, can you see it? That one behind me, let me zoom a little bit more. Can you see that? That hospital there, St. Thomas, they're getting busy. And likewise in other part of the world as well. So the NHS also said that people who are already taking ibuprofen on the advice of their doctor should not stop taking it without checking first. So let's change the camera back again. Let's give you some other view of what is happening right here in central London, where we are reporting from. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki Media. We bring the world closer to your doorsteps. We are trying as much as possible. A lot of people are isolated in the house. What are the advice? What are the best tips, especially some of us that have loved ones? What should we be doing? We need to start telling them to download the Skype, download FaceTime, and you visit them. You stay behind the door. Don't go in if you're not too sure, because the problem is I've not been tested, you have not been tested, so we don't even know how many people are going around with this virus every day right here in this country. And that is the problem. We are not sure how many people. Most of the buses are not very full, and as you can see, London is now getting locked down quietly as well. Let me also go back and give you more of the news as well. Once again, coronavirus is real. Stay safe, please. I am praying from Italy. I pray for you as well. Bless you, man. Sorry, police don't care. Told me off, telling them off a flight inbound and all that. So quite a lot of messages coming through. We cannot catch up on that as well. But let me tell you more from what we know as well in terms of the development coming out and the news that we have as well. Global corona cases passes over 200,000. Some travelers to EU are being turned away at the airport and border as 30-day ban begins. You can see that 30-day ban begins in European country. It's not a time, it's not a very best of time, and I'm not sure why most countries left this too late as well. What is your government doing in your country? Is your government doing the right thing? Tell us what your government is doing. Is your government putting all the measures to save lives and property? Right at the moment, real debate is going on at the PMQ question right inside that building there. And what is your government doing? Do you think your government is doing a lot to save lives? Do you think your government is doing enough in this present situation? What is your government doing wherever you are around the globe? Is your government doing enough, or are they just doing all the talking and they're not doing enough as well? Once again, we are bringing you a live broadcast. Hotels are being affected. Tourism is going to be really, really hit. And as you can see, once again, London is gone very quiet as well. My friend lives in Italy and tells me it is like a war zone. Wow, that is scary. Very, very scary. It's getting there as well here in London as well. As you can see, I've never seen London go quiet like this ever since I've been here. Still a lot of people are moving around, but the number keep reducing as much as the government is telling us to stay input. Oliver Twist, thank you very much, my brother. Wale Azan, very relevant question. Thank you very much. What is your government doing? I mean, I don't know what your government is doing. I can tell you what Boris Johnson is doing. What is your government doing where you are? Are they doing enough? How many government have not, president and prime minister have not addressed their people? Tell me more about that. Also, yes, they have stopped all flight from China, UK, US. London will be on a lockdown soon. Well, definitely, I can see that. I mean, just take a look. This is London. This is the tourist destination of the world. Everybody wants to come to London. Everybody wants to come to United Kingdom. Everybody wants to go to America. I'm not sure whether all that is going to be happening anytime soon. 148, that is heading towards Shepherd's Bush. I keep signaling all the bus driver. Let us give kudos to everyone working in the public sector in this country. It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work, and it's going to get tough before it gets better as well. A lot of people are avoiding each other. I can tell you that. Look at the distance. Can you see the distance between myself and somebody right there? It's not really a joke at all. But what can we do? London is going quietly, and everyone is getting worried. Once again, that hospital completely busy. I'm telling you, they have other cases that they're dealing with. To add coronavirus to that is a big problem. Big wahala. Big wahala. Let's also ask some of this question as well that a lot of people have been asking us as well. I've been to, I don't want my phone to go into if my phone goes into the water, you'll have to buy another one from you. So I was at the Nigerian embassy this morning just to reiterate again what happened there. The embassy is currently shut. As I speak to you right now, they've gone, into the mode of coronavirus like any other, offices around as well. But I'm gonna move away from there because if my phone drops into the water, a lot of you will have to donate and buy another one for me. So let me lock it properly. Thank you very much, my brother Wale Azan. Make sure you listen to him, listen to David Hamilton, listen to Citizen AY, Mayegun, Heritage TV, listen to Ben Television, listen to Yanga TV, listen to NTA channels. It doesn't matter. Everybody's opinion on this will be different. But one thing is we are now fighting an epidemic that is affecting everybody. So the way I might say it might be different from the way China's television might report it. That is their own, cup of tea. The way I report it might be different from the way BBC wants to report it. That is their own cup of tea. Everybody now is reporting what is happening. But one thing is, I will not stop reporting it the way I feel I should report it as well, as long as we're not giving anything contradictory. And I'll tell you what happened as well this morning. And just to put it on record, and I'm sure I have a lot of people that are watching, and I'm sure they'll take note. And I want you to listen to this. As soon as I got to the embassy, I was kind of approached by two individuals. I know their face very well, and I was reporting on the radio, and I'm not sure why they crossed over, to, I don't know what they wanted to do, But the moment, and one of them was looking, and this is me there. Let me show my press card properly, and I have to carry this, and I'll show it again. The guy is telling me he's going to call NUJ. I don't know what he means by that. That is me there, And the two staff from the embassy approached me. Why did they approach me? I'm not too sure. But why did they approach me? I'm not sure. Are they saying that I cannot report from the Nigerian embassy right there when situation is arising around the globe? They approached me while I was live on the radio, and I will tell the studio to cut that bit so that we can get the voice of it. I was telling him I'm live on the radio, but they kept on trying to have a conversation with me. Are they telling me that I cannot report right opposite the embassy? Am I not giving, how do I want to put that? Do I not have a right to be in front of my embassy and be reporting the situation that is fast developing around the world? So I just want to put that on record because, Nigerians are very, very, we are too suspicious. And the moment that was done, the door got shut down. So maybe they were still opening doors to people. I don't know what the situation is. I didn't have an opportunity to interview anybody there. But thank you very much, Matthew, watching all the way from Italy. But one thing I could tell you is, why is it that, as Nigerians, whenever the government officials see the media, we are like a threat? Does the media have to be like a threat? We are not a threat. We are reporting what is happening daily around the world, but the coronavirus is something that is even much more important to advise Nigeria. Those two individuals, I know their face very well, and I hope, whatever they're going to be putting out there, I'm just putting out mine as well to say I was approached by two individuals while I was reporting from the Nigerian embassy this morning, and today is the 18th of March 2020. Just to put it on record that I was approached. The reason why I was approached, I'm not too sure, and he kept on, saying, I will phone NUJ, like he knows what he's talking about. He's a joker. Even this badge alone allows me to get into number 10 Downing Street without being stopped. So they're not going to tell us what to do and how to report right in front of the embassy, especially when even the government at home is telling Nigerians that we are shutting down. And we are trying to report that, but yet, I don't understand what, and it's just crazy, just understand that, when it comes to, those that are meant to be, running the affairs of a country, sometimes you just don't know what to say about it. But anyway, that is that. The situation is fast moving, it's fast developing. A lot of people are going to be affected. At the moment, 320 billion is already what the government is putting out. A lot of you that have mortgage that might not be able to go to work, they try as much as they can to suppress it. Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you very much, Jocelyn. The guy came to me, two of them, and I'm thinking in my head, I was not in front of the door of the embassy. I was on the other side of the road and reporting back to the studio, live on the live broadcast. And he kept asking me, who are you? Like, he owns United Kingdom. They're only staff of the, the embassy. And at the end of the day, he's saying, oh, we're going to check with NUJ. Check with what? Whether I'm a verified media person to report what is happening. And that is one of the reasons why we got, we make sure that we're doing the right thing, properly registered, so that we don't get, even right there at the building there, while I was reporting, nobody came to me to ask me, why are you, reporting, or what are you doing there? It's crazy. It just tells you that, we have non-ethnic people running around, the whole of the society in that country. And the moment I want to start talking now, people will say, you're talking too much. It's crazy. I'm reporting back to the studio. Two people came and across me. I'm not there in front of the embassy door. I'm only reporting, but yet, to come and ask me what? And that's why I had this on. Let me show you the way I've been carrying this on. And this is the way I've been carrying that on all day. So that anybody that sees me knows that, we are media, we are reporting. But yet, he came around asking me, I'm going to call NUJ. Call NUJ for what? Stupid people. Once again, this is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Is BBC going to be reporting what is happening in the Nigerian community? Is Sky News going to be reporting that? We have to tell Nigerians what is happening. You've closed the embassy. We're trying to tell Nigerians that are going to be traveling from any part of the UK coming into London this morning thinking that the embassy is open. But yet, you're trying to tell me, oh, you can't stay there. I don't even understand. We're not in Nigeria. Even in Nigeria, you can't just tell media. The government needs the media now more than anything else. Let me show my face. All kind of siren. Thank you very much for watching all the way from US, Angela. And that really, got onto my nerves. I'm only just reflecting that now. I had to keep calm because I was reporting live on the radio when they came around. And he came around, holding my badge like that. He doesn't even have the right to touch the badge. For the fact that the badge indicates who I was, all he needed to do was walk away. So definitely, if they're not doing anything suspicious right there, then he wouldn't, come around to ask who am I, and then saying he's going to phone NUJ. It's just a joke. And then the moment you start now, every part of the world, president and prime minister, responding to questions and answer, they're talking to their people all over the world. Every day, Boris Johnson now is under real pressure to make sure that he talks to the media and talks to the citizens so that they know what is happening. Is UK going to be on a lockdown more? What is happening? We have children still going to school. Coronavirus is becoming a big problem. And then you're going to come around, and then ask me, what are you doing there? Doing where? The embassy is just the embassy. You don't even have to tell us not to be on the road. I was not reporting inside the embassy. I was reporting outside the embassy. It's crazy. Every part of the world, president, prime minister, addressing their people every day to tell them what is happening around the world. What is happening to them? Let me just keep calm and just move because if not, I'll go a little bit off what I want to say now. So let's continue. Let's pray for those working in the hospital right there. We know our limits. We know what we cannot show. We know what we can show. But as long as, we're reporting, is this the way London used to be? People are worried. People are scared. People are frightening in their house. People don't know what is coming. People don't even know what is coming. And you have closed the embassy. People might still be buying train ticket. Can you see the guy there? Can you see him? The media guy, can you see? Maybe because I'm using my phone, then they believe that I must have a camera before they know that I'm in media. What they don't understand is the technology of what the phone is reporting is going around the world, and that is how it is. Most time people think because you have a mobile phone and you're reporting from that mobile phone, the message on the mobile phone travels faster. The guy reporting there, if he's not connected straight using the satellite, so I don't know where he's reporting from, whether he's just doing a short recording and all that. It's quite different from what I'm doing. I'm doing a live broadcast just the same way Sky News and BBC and CNN is doing it. What more can you get? We are trying to tell Nigerians that you've shut the embassy, and then 2 embassy staff approached me for what? Anyway, let's just continue with the, I'm going to cross to the other side. Things are getting more serious. People are getting worried. The situation at the moment. So anyway, that is their own cup of tea anyway. So I don't know what, I'm sure you probably maybe take a picture of, I know it's not the first time they see they know my face there. So, they get worried each time Koiki Media goes into the embassy. Anyway, that's not the first time we are aware of that. Anyway, we continue to report what is happening with the coronavirus update. I would come off in a minute so that I can join the bus, and when I get to Peckham, Southeast London, where we have a lot of Africans and other non-Africans that are living, I will come back on. It's been a very, my pleasure having every one of you watch. Please, I pray for you. We pray for the world. We pray that things will get better. The situation is quite alarming, and right there is that hospital where so many patients might end up as well with the coronavirus as well. I'm just going to try and cross the road, but let me use the zebra crossing. A lot of people are worried. A lot of people are scared, and like we say, coronavirus, 5 cases in Nigeria. Before you know, it was only 1 case here in United Kingdom. Now it gets going up and up, and I hope the government is ready for the task ahead in Nigeria, just like it's ahead of us here in United Kingdom. America is the same thing. People were like, you know, the government there did not do so much to save, you know, put the situation under control. And as you can see, this is London. This is a quiet, you know, London where, you know, it's always bubbling. Most of the hotels will be affected because nobody's coming. Even those that are here cannot go back. Did you hear what those, you know, Mexicans said to me? 27 of them. They came here on a tour road show, but they can't go back to Mexico because the border is closed. Thank you very much, my very beautiful sister. I tried to call you to say hello to you for your birthday. Doing hola. Thank you very much, every one of you watching. So we are just doing what we love to do, but you can't just come and accuse us and try to, you know, even not respecting us when we say we are live. And I was telling him I'm live on the radio, and he kept trying to, you know, talk to me. Am I going to be on live on the radio? You know, can he do that when BBC, you know, is reporting from there? When BBC is reporting, and then he's going to tell them, you know, oh, we need to have a conversation with you. If you want to have a conversation with me, you do that. And moreover, I don't have to take a permission before I can report from the, you know, from any part of the country. You know, media can do what they have to report so that we can be able to. So anyway, so I'm gonna come off now. I'm gonna join one of the buses coming behind, and I will kickstart again later on. Thank you very much. It's been a very long one, all the way from Alimosho local government. We love every one of you. We hope things will get better. No one. We will continue to report. I'm going to catch that bus 453, and that will take me into Southeast London. Let me just get my tripod up a little bit. So people are worried, people are scared, people are not sure, and then you want to tell us. So I'm just going on the bus. Bear with me, sorry. I know the phone has gone. So let's get on the bus. Okay, and that's the situation. You alright? So that is the situation. The bus is a little bit not too empty, but so once again, I will come back again. Let me just relax, take a little bit of water. It's been a long day so far, but this is what we love to do. Thank you very much, everyone. Be rest assured, I'll be back again when we get to Southeast London in just about a few minutes, so that I can refresh back as well. Have a little bit of water, and then you know, sanitize my hand, you know, so that we do the right thing. Bye for now. Thank you very much, Princess Bosse Day. Thank you, everyone, and I really appreciate the love, and we appreciate you. Isolate yourself if you feel any kind of symptom. That is what we've been told to tell you. Very, very good day. Bye for now.